If Shabbos Yagis really hope all are well and stay so. Nichume Avelim extended to Tamar Schwab upon the loss of her father, Mr. Irwin Levine. Shiva details, Levi details have been shared. Further details will follow. Watch your email. May Tamar and family be comforted, be consoled, and only experience nachas and simcha. On a happier note, Mazel Tov to Rabbi Joy Bachner upon the birth of a grandson born to children Adina and Moshe Bachner. May Rabbi and Joey experience good health, simcha, nachas to kedusha from their growing mishpacha. The halachas of Erev Tisha B'Av falling on Shabbos is not relevant this year, but should be relevant. We shared the halachas via email earlier in the week. Please remember, no preparations on Shabbos for Tisha B'Av, whatever shoes, whatever sneakers that he brought to shul, etc. Kinos, all of that has to be either before Shabbos or after Shabbos, not on Shabbos. One eats regular on Shabbos, no modifications. Only din of avelos that apply on Shabbos are those pertaining to Devarim Shebetzina, were intimate halachas of avelos, but everything else is regular. One finishes Shalashudis on Shabbos at 8:05. Can't eat after 8:05. One does not sit on the ground. One does not take off their shoes until after saying Baruch Hamavdil at the Zmanim, the times posted on the calendar. Make sure if one's going to be driving to shul for Eicha, for Ma'ariv, to make sure to say Baruch HaMavdil before doing so, because of course we don't make Havdalah until Sunday night. Right? It's on Motzei Shabbos, Saturday night, only the Borei Ma'orei Ha'esh at some point, ideally before Eicha. The Sfarim record that Chazon, as in Shabbos Chazon is an acronym, Rashi Tevos, for Chetzio Zam, half is wrath, is anger, and Chetzio is Nechama. Chazayin, Chetzio Zam, half the Shabbos is half anger, and Chetzio Nechama, half a consolation. The anger part is easy, but what exactly is a consolation when observing Tisha B'Av, when observing the days leading up to Tisha B'Av? So the answer is as follows. The story is told back at the end of the 18th century, probably 1799, when Napoleon was marching on the Middle East against the Ottoman Empire. So it was during that time that he had a chance to be in Yerushalayim on Tisha B'Av, the story goes. And he visits the Kotel, and he notices people crying. And he said, "What are you crying for?" So they explained to Napoleon, "Well, because the temple was destroyed. We lost our Beis HaMikdash." So Napoleon asks, when did this happen? So he assumed last year, the year before, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So the response of the Jews at the Kotel that year was 1750 years ago. So Napoleon was dumbfounded. And he says, "You're not, this Beis HaMikdash, this temple of yours isn't destroyed. Clearly, it's going to come back. If you're still crying for it, you cry for things that are dead and buried. You don't cry for that. You don't cry at something that's still alive. If you're still crying for your Beis HaMikdash, that's an indication that it must still be here. And if it's not actually here, then it's going to come back real soon. We believe Emunah Shleima, that there's a Chetz Yazam. We celebrate, we acknowledge and observe for nearly 2,000 years and counting the terrible tragedy of the Churban. But at the same time, it's a Chetzio Nechama, the very fact that we do cry, as Napoleon, and for that matter the Chassam Sofer and others teach, is an indication that the Beis HaMikdash is right around the corner, and it's not dead and buried, because when we don't cry over our great-great-great-great-great-grandparents, we only cry in things that are still here, things that are relatively recent, and Be'ezer Hashem, this will be the last Tisha B'Av of Avelos, and even better, this will be the first Tisha B'Av. We don't even have that Avelos this year. The first Tisha B'Av of a Binyan Beis HaMikdash of Bayis Shlishi, B'Meir of Yameinu. Have a great Shabbos.